Director General Roads, Mr. Puri, Chairman of the conference, Mr. Kapila, Madam Sibel Ruprecht, Mr. Sinha, and a special welcome to Minister Riba, Minister of Transport from Ethiopia. I am happy to be with you here in the midst of the inaugural session for the 5th International Road Federation's Regional Conference on Institutional Arrangements for Reduction of Road Fatalities. This is a subject of great importance as the Government of India is committed to building world-class roads, and not only building world-class roads, but building safe roads. Motor vehicles have changed human life. The benefits of the automotive era have come with emissions and road accidents, injuries, and fatalities. Every year, more than 1 million people die in the world because of road accidents. And apart from the very enormous physical, emotional, and psychological damage the road accidents cause, there is obviously a very high economic cost to society. It is estimated that an average of deaths and injuries in the roads cost countries anywhere between 1 and 2% of their GDP. Now, road accidents and the record India has, a very poor record which India has in road safety, is just not acceptable. It's not acceptable in human terms, it's not acceptable in economic terms. Both injuries and fatalities constitute a major public health problem and have been grossly neglected. The trend in our country of road accidents is only growing and has been fueled by the rapid motorization and the predominance of two-wheelers in our motor vehicle population. And today this problem assumes even greater proportions, with a 35% growth in the auto sector, with many more thousands of kilometers of roads. This problem is very highly compounded. And in India, I always said that we have to be very India-specific. We have the challenge of two-wheelers and four-wheelers. We also have the challenge of the two-legged and the four-legged on the roads. This is very India-specific. So in any strategy, in any institutional arrangement, we will have to ensure that it is very India-specific. In India, the accidents are in the age group of 25 to 65 years. And this is the wage earning and the child raising age group. The implications and the cost of the main breadwinner and the head of the family in an accident, death, or disability has a huge impact on the economic cost and the economic growth on the country. The World Bank and WHO report on road traffic injury prevention had identified road traffic injuries as the 9th leading cause of deaths. And I heard Mr. Kapila say that very soon it will become the 5th. It will become the 5th. So this really needs to be addressed on an extremely urgent basis. No other country in the world has an auto sector growth of 35%. Now, if we are having a growth of auto sector of 35%, this represents, for us in India, a huge challenge. Experience has shown, and it is not new, that we need to have a very integrated approach by safety action plans that are correlated within and across different sectors and stakeholders. Road safety has to be integrated. The integration of institutions, the integration of the 4 E's, and unless we have an integrated approach, road safety cannot improve. It is by, by aligning all the 4 E's and coordinating all the 4 E's in a concerted manner can we move forward in this. The IRF India chapter, I'm aware of it, have resolved to bring down road fatalities by 50% by the year 2012. And my ministry is committed to extending a wholehearted and complete support to this endeavor, and we will work together towards achieving these targets. Reduction in road fatalities is not an easy task. Safety or lack of it is the interaction of vehicles, road, and environment. And it is here that institutional arrangements must be strengthening. Our institutional arrangements have to play a very important role in taking care of safety. My ministry is taking measures from time to time, engineering measures, to ensure that at the design stage, we are building in safety concerns. And also by issuing suitable directions to the law enforcement and for awareness. Some of the measures taken by the central government include the setting up of the National Road Safety and Traffic Management Board through an Act of Parliament to oversee road safety activities in the country. This would enable creation of similar boards at the state level. The board would also have financial autonomy to carry out its activities. In the next session of Parliament, I propose bringing in the Motor Vehicles Amendment Bill. We've had a very thorough interaction in this with all stakeholders, and we did not want to bring along. There has been a delay. We did not want to bring in amendment bill which was outdated, but something which was completely attuned to the times of today. And I propose bringing it into Parliament in the next session so that this will be another step forward. I have personally taken up with the Finance Ministry, the Human Resources Development Ministry, and the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting to ensure that tax benefits are extended to corporates for their spending on road safety programs, as also permitting duty-free imports of simulators for drivers training schools, and for awareness in the children through the curriculum and public educational campaigns through the print and electronic media. Undoubtedly, the task involved is gigantic and has multi-dimensions which all the more require a great deal of thought of how this can be achieved. And we need to share knowledge with other countries, both developed and developing, so that what we could adopt from other countries who are also facing this challenge. The institutional arrangements which are proposed to be discussed in this conference encompass important areas of policy, administration, law, regulations, enforcement, insurance, health, trauma care, and an educational campaign and community involvement. All these have to be looked into as to how best they can develop our own institutions to address the concerns in each of these areas related to road safety. I'm extremely happy that the International Road Federation has lent support to the cause of road safety in India, and I would like to congratulate everyone in the IRF who's been participating and has been actively engaged in the field of road safety. Over the deliberations today and tomorrow, I wish this, this conference meaningful discussions, and look forward to the recommendations arising out of this conference with the assurance that you have my full support. Thank you very much.